back again. I just needed to kind of collect myself after that bodgy job that I did, but I watched it and I thought, I'm going to have to do this again. And I thought, nah, probably good to give you guys a bit of a laugh. So I'm just going to send it to you as it was. What the heck? But what I was trying to do was cut much more carefully, and I cut before the lines. So with a bit of magic, da-da, like an hour or so later, you can see it's much better. Anyway, like I said, what I was trying to do was, with that template on the bottom and lining the ruler up on the edge, I was trying to kind of cut on an angle. I wanted my knife to be outside of that black line, because then I can shave away any excess later. But because I cut well inside the black line, I had to put a coil of clay in there and blend it in and work it. So you can see that I've kept going around and I've worked all of the sides. I quite like using a hacksaw blade, because the serrated teeth kind of cut through the clay and even it out and give you nice sort of flat sides. But metal kidney tools, fine too, to get that really nice smooth finish. Try and keep it straight around your lines here, and you can see how I've softened all of these corners around here, so they're not too sharp, they're slightly rounded. That'll make sense when you start making your plates. Also, you don't want this bevel to be too steep, because it's harder to lay your clay into the mould. So kind of a nice 45-30 degree angle. The sticks that I cut the slabs with, they're about 35 millimeters high. I wouldn't go any higher than that. And I've done a 16 by 16 and a 10 centimetre base. I reckon I wouldn't go any bigger than, say, 25 centimetres square. Or if you're doing a rectangular shape, which they look really nice, the rectangular plates, probably 30 centimetres by, say, 15 maximum. Anything up to that, between that, is fine, but that would be the maximum. I'll put those measurements, you'll have already got them, the hard copy document that I'll give to you around this project as well. A couple of other little things I just want to kind of recap. Set square is really handy when you're marking out this grid. Ruler's okay, but this set square assures you that you get a right angle, and then you can work off that to get a nice square. It's so easy to kind of make a bodgy plate, but if you really look at it and you take the time to kind of finish it off, and it does take time, I'm not kidding you, but that's why I've kind of devoted the first week to just making the plate as best you can. And I finish it off with a damp sponge, and I just very gently I was just smoothing it off like that all the way around. And as I said, I bevel those edges a little bit so they're softer. Sometimes I'll just finish it off with my fingers, because that often just softens the sponge. And like I said, get it as really neat as you can. If you're going to make a mould, you want to make the best master you can, so that every plate that you make out of your mould, you don't have to fuss around tidying it up because you did a dodgy mould in the first place. So it's worth spending time doing this really well. When you get it to this point, and you can see mine, I can put my fingernail into that, but it is quite firm. It's not soft. It's much easier to clean it up when it's firmer, the clay. You can only get it so smooth when it's soft. So like I'd leave it for half a day to dry out, or even come back at it the next day to clean off. When you get to this point, just cover it up. I haven't got my plastic bag. Put it inside a nice plastic bag to keep it nice and at this stage for the following week when we'll start making the mold making. Anyway, that was fun. So I hope you enjoy making it. Like I said, be patient. It'll take time, but it'll be worth it. Bye.